Why can't frogs be opera singers? This is not the question that Michael Riker and his team are trying to answer as they wade into the dark water in a pond in Oklahoma at night. But it's close.
My lab is curious about how male tree frogs experience trade-offs when they're calling, and how females use male calling performance to choose mates.
Across the animal kingdom, females prefer high-performance mates. But there are physiological limits to what is possible, and because of trade-offs, there are different ways to be a high performer. So how do females choose between high-performing males?
In the tree frogs that we study, males have a trade-off between the duration and rate of calls they make.
So, to try and impress females, males can produce a few long calls or a bunch of really short calls, but they can't make a bunch of long calls.
This is like how human athletes specialize in sprinting versus long distance, and no Olympic athlete wins the 100-meter dash and the marathon.
For our research, the question is, which is better from a female's perspective? Picking a male who can make the most calls or the longest calls?
We can actually answer that question. Carl Gerhardt did some experiments in the 1980s where he put female eastern gray tree frogs in a small arena, played them frog calls from different speakers, and measured how many females hopped towards each speaker.
We can synthesize frog calls to have a precise length and control for other variables that could differ between male recordings. It sounds a lot like a phone ringing.
From these early results, 71% of females preferred a few long calls to many short calls when total output was the same.
So the take-home is that when given a choice between calls that have similar effort, females prefer longer calls over more frequent calls.
So given this preference, if we go out and record males and measure how long their calls are,
and then we measure their call rate,
and then we plot them on a graph, the question is, where do these males fall on the graph? And which male should a female prefer?
in this case, we would expect females to prefer Wirt because he has the longest calls and the highest rate among these options.
So now we know how females choose between males at their limits. But what females really want is a super opera singing frog. So why is there no frog up here with a long call at a high rate?
And why is poor Trevor so bad?
Our ongoing research is based on testing the hypothesis that differences in male performance, in other words, how far they are from this line, result from differences in their metabolic rates. Metabolic rate is the amount of energy used by an organism over time. In a year or two, we hope to be able to say whether male metabolic rates explain differences in call performance.
I had never thought about frogs having trade-offs, or that females can use call performance to decide on a mate. But it's also pretty crazy that this whole rate story comes from an undeveloped pond in Oklahoma. So that means there's probably similar things happening near you in the summer. So next time you go outside, pay attention to the animals signaling around you. Think about what information they're trying to convey, who are they trying to signal to, and what other untold stories are going unnoticed around you.